unique in Malta. There was a plan for its demolition. More than 150 sensors, which are intended to monitor how it performs when in use.
Kien jgħidu xi talba ħelwa naħseb jien. Kienu l-annimali hawn.
We are monitoring exactly what's happening in real time in the structure. Using epoxy injection and reinstating the original concrete. It was a very long and technical and detailed process. It took us 2 years to complete this with very intense work.
CNG Trek Ventures in collaboration with CNG Photography, a solo adventure shop.
Good morning guys, we welcome you back for another vlog. We are going to discuss a very interesting, unique reservoir. This place behind me guys is called the Public Abattoir. With us today we will be having Professor Ruben Paul Borch, who did a very great job on this thing guys. So, with us, as I told you guys, here's Ruben. Good morning, Ruben. Thanks for accepting our invite. What about this water reservoir? When was it built exactly, and what was its purpose initially?
Well, it was constructed in the 1930s, so it's nearly 90-year-old structure, and it was intended to store water and to serve the abattoir. We are at the public abattoir here.
So did they slaughter animals here now?
That's the purpose of this place. It has a capacity of about 400 cubic meters of water, so it's quite a large tank. It's a very thin shell structure, so you have there a 15 centimeter thick concrete, which is
so
quite thin.
Of concrete?
And basically the tank, made out of these shell structures, is resting on 12 columns. Very slender columns.
Over there.
It's about 15 meters high. It's like a 5-story block.
Okay.
A 5-story block of apartments, just to get an idea. It has a tank with a diameter of 10 meters, and as I said, it has a capacity of 400 cubic meters of water.
Ruben, what struck your attention about this water reservoir mainly?
Well, as I said, it's quite an interesting structure. It's unique in Malta. It's the only one we've got of its type. It's considered as industrial heritage, so it has a particular value in terms of cultural heritage. It's in the process of being listed as cultural heritage in Malta. And what happened was that it suffered severe degradation for various reasons. First, it used to be filled in with brackish water, which has a high salinity, it has a high salt content. So this salt eventually penetrated into the structure, causing corrosion of reinforcement and spalling. What is spalling? Basically, the south part of the tank, the entire south part, spalled, delaminated, so out of the 15 centimeter thick structure, only 5 centimeters remained, making it very vulnerable. And due to this partial collapse, what happened was that there was a plan for its demolition. It was useless, it could not be used, and it was a hazard basically. We made a case at the University of Malta for its restoration, because as I said, it's unique industrial heritage of Malta. We obtained funding from the European Union through a significant and very interesting research project, through which we developed new materials, self-healing concrete, and other new techniques which are being used for the first time, which were used for the first time in order to intervene on the structure, to get it back to life. First, to restore it with full respect to conservation principles, but also to have it as an asset in the abattoir for the storage of water.
What about these photos we're seeing up here, Ruben?
So in the documentation process, to gather as much information as possible on the structure, I came across some old photographs.
These are from World War II, no?
Yes, well, they are from 1941, which show the abattoir before bombardment and after. So it shows the abattoir in operation, 1941, and again 1941 with all the adjacent structures partially collapsed.
But it survived the bombing,
but the water tower had survived the bombing.
Yes!
So
are here on the roof, guys, and I'm noticing, Ruben, what's that stainless steel pipe on the tank over there?
Well, one interesting innovative feature of this restoration project was the installation of more than 150 sensors, which are intended to monitor how it performs when in use and during its lifetime. So basically, for many years to come, we are monitoring exactly what's happening in real time in the structure in terms of durability, how it can degrade, how it can perform over time at materials level, but also at structural level. So we measure the stresses in the structure, its movement, what happens when it's full of water or when it's empty. An interesting feature is that this is being used, it's industrial and cultural heritage, but this is also being used as an asset now. So that adds a value to the structure, and thanks to the advanced sensor system, a structural health monitoring system, we can monitor behavior and understand the structure performance. And as I said, if it needs maintenance or repair in the future, we can deduct what is needed immediately without risking having serious damage evolving prior to intervention. We had to invent new materials and new solutions to solve different problems in the different parts of the structure. For example,
which were these problems?
Yeah, for example, in the tank, as I said, half of the tank, the external part, had collapsed. So we reinstated the tank. We used electrochemical techniques to remove the salts and protect the concrete again with realkalization, we call the technique. And then we also introduced other measures.
So let me understand better. The old concrete was not removed, it was treated?
Part of it had collapsed, and what remained was treated with specialist techniques to get it to perform well in the future. We, as I said, we installed sensors, and we also reinstated parts of the structure, besides using epoxy injection and reinstating the original concrete.
And how long did it take, all this restoration from the beginning?
It was a very long and technical and detailed process. It took us 2 years to complete this with very intense work.
So here we are under the tank. We are safe now, okay, after the restoration, thanks to Professor Ruben and all his team, of course, because he didn't do this alone. Ruben, one thing from my knowledge, concrete is light grey, no? But these columns here, as you can see, they are a bit dark. They are a bit dark in color. Why is it so?
So basically, we used what we call an ultra high durability concrete, which has self-healing properties, which is self-compacting, self-consolidating. So it's poured and takes shape without the need to vibrate and compact. And it also has special ingredients. It has nano additives. You've heard about nanotechnology. Well, it has nano ingredients.
I didn't hear about it, but it's better if you explain a bit.
Basically, these are nano ingredients which help us achieve special properties. So this is about a concrete which is about 6-7 times stronger than normal concrete, and much more durable than any concrete. So it has these self-healing properties. So any crack or defect which arises over time is healed by the concrete. The ingredients are the reason why we end up with this darker color. So it's because of the added ingredients, which it's still a concrete, but it has these special properties. So it has to be different. And one important aspect in conservation is the legibility of intervention. So this is the authenticity of the intervention, respecting the original structural performance, respecting the nature of the structure as a reinforced concrete structure, so it's still a reinforced concrete structure, but including new technology, without which we couldn't save it. It would have collapsed.
We came inside now because it's a bit cold today. So Ruben, what's this unit?
These 150 sensors are gathering data, and it's all transmitted here. The data logging system is capturing this data, which is then processed, transferred to a cloud, and processed in order to then understand the behavior of the structure.
And what about the readings on the monitor? Ruben, what are they?
So these...
Sorry for being a pester, but...
No. What you can see here is the data output, the data generated for these many sensors, which measure different performance criteria with respect to durability, environmental performance, and also the structural performance. So this is the real-time monitoring of vibrations and the structure. It's a windy day today, so the sensors can actually perceive these vibrations in the structure.
Behind us, guys, there's this statue of our Madonna. What about, what's news of this statue here next to the Abattoir, Ruben?
Well, part of the project.
And under this tank.
Yes, it's a very interesting statue. It's been recently restored as well.
It was part of the project, the restoration?
Well, it was an add-on. So when we started off, the whole idea was to save the structure, the water tower, but eventually we managed to reinstate it to get it to perform with water, and we also upgraded the whole area and also restored the statue and these fixtures, which include the original cast iron pipes.
Let me show you guys.
Which used to fill in and drain the water tower. Now about the statue, what is interesting is that part of the project included a review of tradition and basically the people visiting the space with animals. This used to feature prominently in the everyday activities. So the farmers coming here used to come along and...
So guys, to thank Ruben for this information, this total project is nominated in the Malta Architecture Awards. I would greatly appreciate if you can vote for this project, guys. You can find the link up here and down below in the comments. Press on the link and vote until 9th February 2022. So hurry up, guys, vote for him.
Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, like and share.